with 320 people, kill 50 of them, injure that number again. Legally, he got that from a gun store. 3 years ago, he was spoken to by the FBI twice. He was believed to have said derogatory terms, Islamic statements. He said, we're not sure exactly what he said, but it was about work colleagues. The FBI dropped those charges. They never charged them. In fact, they just said, okay, you're gone, and did not keep an eye on him. It seems the FBI said that he was not on their watch list, yet he was able now to do this. That opens up a huge issue here. The amount of resources that is going to be added to those people that have already been looked at. It's a huge number when you take in consideration what happened in San Bernardino last year, and now in the midst of this, security, gun ownership. Those are the two things I think are going to be in the spotlight for many weeks to come now.
Now, Yunin, one thing that is going to throw a wrench in the works, if you will, or as you guys say, a spanner in the works, is gun ownership is a protected constitutional amendment in the United States. And so that's the bigger fight, is how do you protect the constitutional amendment, the Second Amendment, and also bring in reasonable, sensible gun laws that protect the people from people who are going to do these atrocities with said guns. So you're going to have a big debate about the Second Amendment, and now that it is a presidential election year, you might see that start to crop up as well.
Just quickly on that issue low, if we look at the 2007 Virginia Tech University incident where 32 were killed, this was debated at the time. I remember speaking to one of the students there, talking exactly about this, and I was told the reasoning behind, the reason why guns are so protected in the US is that she genuinely felt that that gun that she had was her right and that it would protect her even in that situation. And we have to look at both sides of the coin.
Dear, messages of sympathy have come from right around the world. Russia's President Putin has offered his condolences to the American people over what we now know is the deadliest mass shooting in US history. In a telegram to Barack Obama, the Russian leader described the attack as barbaric and said the Russian people share the pain and sorrow of those who lost loved ones in the attack.
Now, to bring you up to date on what we know so far, U.S.-born Omar Mateen has been confirmed as the killer who gunned down 50 people at a gay nightclub in Orlando. He phoned 911 just before opening fire to pledge allegiance to Islamic State. The group later claimed it was behind the terror attack. It is America's worst mass shooting and the worst there in the United States since 9/11. President Barack Obama called the massacre a hate crime. The investigation is focusing on the atrocity as an act of domestic terror. Killer Omar Mateen was a U.S. citizen of Afghani heritage who was on the FBI's radar for years. He was killed in a police shootout. He used to work as a security guard at G4S, a global security firm based in Florida. He also had history of working as a guard at a local facility for juvenile delinquents. Now, in an interview to the Washington Post, the ex-wife of the perpetrator characterized Mateen as violent and mentally unstable, saying that he beat her up frequently. Now, despite being interviewed twice for terror links, the FBI also confirmed that Mateen legally purchased 2 firearms in the days leading up to the massacre.
Our continuing breaking news continues in a few minutes. Stay with us here on RT International for all the latest developments.